from India, have made tremendous contributions to the advancement of American society, and we proudly acknowledge our armed forces and recognize the contributions of our Indian American members. And on November 11th, 2021, Veterans Day that year, a nonprofit organization known as Indo-American Veterans Organization was established. The IAVO mission statement is dedicated to honoring Indian American veterans who have proudly served and sacrificed in the United States Armed Forces. And now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Jesal Patel, President of the Village of Lincolnwood, along with the Village Board of Trustees, do hereby proclaim November 7th, 2023 as Indian American Veterans Appreciation Day in the Village of Lincolnwood, in support of the notable efforts of the Indo-American Veterans Organization, and urge all Illinoisans to be aware of the contributions Indian Americans have made, not just in all commercial sectors and industries of the American society, but also in the most treasured and honorable arena, such as the United States Armed Forces. Dated this November 7th, 2023. Thank you for your support, Board. And unfortunately, the founder of the organization was unable to be in attendance with us this evening. He had a passing of the family. We will be providing the proclamation to he would like to be here to receive it personally. And again, thank you to all of those of you who have served. Next, we have recognition from our police and fire. I'd like to recognize retirement of community service officer,
and then retired after 32 years of service to become a civilian community service officer and worked for 10 years with the village, with his last day being August 3rd of this year. 42 years of your life were spent working for this village, and I can say in my tenure here as Chief of Police, Mark has provided me and the rest of the department with valuable knowledge in his position as community service officer. He spent many hours getting the children safely across Crawford Avenue to the school at School District 74. He also provided valuable information and solving many issues in the community that dealt with code enforcement. So Mark has a wide base of knowledge, and we've sometimes bothered him even in his retirement hours to help with some historical knowledge of the village and how we handle things. Not much, but very valuable. So in recognition of your time and service for 42 years to the Village of Lincolnwood, which is a long time, we present you this retirement plaque for the village for your dedicated service and sincere appreciation and recognition for outstanding and dedicated service to the Village Lincolnwood Police Department and the Village of Lincolnwood. Mark, I want to thank you for your service. Say a few words on behalf of Mark's retirement.
I certainly echo the sentiment of the chief, and I can say 42 years is a long time. I know it's almost as long as I've lived here in Lincolnwood, but I certainly have been working for the village the whole time. So, Mark, your face is certainly one that is known by this entire community. You will always be part of Lincolnwood. We'll always welcome you here and forever you'll be part of it. So, thank you very much for your service.
Thank you. Mark, would you like to say
Well, since this will be my last public speaking gig, I might want to, make it all work out. But 42 years. I've been through about 7 mayors, 9 chiefs, 3 buildings, and too many board members to count. I couldn't find a record of how many board members there were. But when I left here, there was only one person from the entire village who was still working here when I started, and who was still here, and that was Mary, the chief secretary, and I just wanted to get out before her, because the house of cards falls after she goes, because I did a lot of things, she does even more. But this was a great place for a police career. We have really great officers in this village. We have officers in this department that take ownership in what they do. If I remember in days, if the midnight shift had some crimes or whatever, people would say, hey, your beat got made. And you felt bad about that. You didn't want crime in your area. You wanted to make sure that you kept everything safe and that, you know, you patrolled accordingly. You didn't want things to happen. This town is small enough where we get to know the people and the people got to know us. And I think that's a very valuable thing. We're also small enough where we had to wear a lot of hats in our job. The officers here are much more well-rounded than they are in big departments that have a lot of specialties. So they really get to know all aspects of the job. But I couldn't do all of this, these 42 years, without my family. I gotta thank my departed parents for bringing me up, you know, instilling good common sense in me, which allowed me to do this job, allowed me to provide the outstanding service that the chief talks about. And my wife is back here. Penny, wave. Yeah, I have my two brothers sitting next to her. My older brothers, they also help keep me in line. You know, good kick in the, if, you know, I wasn't doing something right. And I also have three wonderful children. One's a police officer, one's a captain in the Army, and one is in medical supplies. And so, you know, all grown children, all good people. You know, so I've had a blessed career, a blessed life, a lot of good things going on. I gotta say, last 10 years as a CSO, I'm gonna confess, when I was a police officer, I was a good police officer. When I was a police sergeant, I was an average police sergeant. I didn't like pushing people around and telling them what to do. But when I became CSO, I was a great CSO. I tell you, I really knew that job. I could do that, and I was only responsible for me. So the last 10 years were great, and I thank the chief for helping me get through the last couple of years when I was looking for a little more time off. You know, that's about it. And I'm going to leave you guys with a little tip. Everybody might go a little fast now and then. I'll leave you with a tip of the best excuse I ever had when I stopped somebody for speeding. Hemorrhoids. Guy come walking out of his car, walking kind of funny, and he says, "I'm sorry, officer, I know I was going too fast, but all day at work, all I could think about was getting in the tub to soak my hemorrhoids." See you, sir. Have a great day. And what are you going to do about that? Another short story. This one's real, too. I stopped a lady for speeding right out in front of the police department down Lincoln, and she had a little girl in the back in the car seat. And, you know, told her she was speeding and everything else. It was a good speed. I don't remember what it was. But she was going to get a ticket. I wasn't going to give her a break. She was definitely going to get a ticket. And she starts pleading, "Oh, please, officer, oh, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry." And then I hear this little voice from the back of the car. The little girl says, "She's real sorry, officer." So that lady got a break too. But I did tell her she has to buy her little daughter some ice cream because her daughter saved her from that. And strangely enough, and this is absolutely true, about 2 or 3 years ago, I ran into that little girl who says, are you the officer that stopped my mom and told her to give me ice cream?" I said, "Yes, I think I was. I do remember something like that." I said, "Did it work?" She said, "Yes, it did." So, community policing completed. I think that's how I did my job. I didn't want to make a little girl think that the police are the bad guys, because we're really not. And you have to thank all these people back here, these good police officers here in Lincolnwood. Very good chief of police here. Great chief of police here. What do you mean very good? Great. And I thank you all I think especially my family for coming out, all you guys for coming out. It was, you almost made it where it wasn't too much work, but it was fun. Thank you all. Thank you. all. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. I guess I'm turning this over to Fire Chief Barry Liss. As one thing with the retirement of a career, Chief Liss is going to swear in some new careers. So, always a proud moment.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Village Board of Trustees and Manager Gora for providing me with the time this evening. This is a very special evening, as it is my honor and privilege to recognize several recent hires. So in order, not anything particular other than when we hired, I'd like to bring up Caitlin Kennemer and everyone that she's brought with this evening. Stand up and be ready. All right, good enough. Caitlin began here at Lincolnwood in September of this year, having come to us from the Great Lakes state of Michigan, previously working for Central Huron Ambulance Service for approximately 4 years. Caitlin is currently assigned to our Red Shift. She received her initial emergency medical technician certification and her paramedic training through STAT EMS Hurley Medical Center in Michigan. Caitlin will be attending the Fire Academy sometime in late 2024. In her free time, Caitlin enjoys family, reading, and movies. The flu is running its course through her home, so her kids unfortunately could not be with us tonight. However, Caitlin is accompanied tonight by her boyfriend Zach, mother LaDonna, and friends Sam and Sammy. Correct? All right. We are happy to have her on board and look forward to her many years with us. Congratulations, Kate. So for the audience point, tradition has been a strong part of the American Fire Service. The roots of our service go back hundreds of years. One such tradition is the pinning of the symbolic firefighter badge, a symbol of a firefighter's dedication to duty and service. It is therefore customary for a new recruit to have their badge pinned onto their uniform at an event such as this. Tonight, Caitlin has selected her boyfriend Zach for this honor. Next, I'd like to call Michael O'Malley up with his hand. Michael also started in Lincolnwood back in September of this year as well. He is currently assigned to our Gold Shift, the third shift. Michael began a career in emergency medical services, having worked for the Chicago Fire Department for 6 years. He began as a paramedic and rose to the position of paramedic in charge. He also continues to work part-time for Medical and Safety Engineering, a company which provides EMS services at large special events. He received his initial emergency medical technician certification through Oakton Community College and his paramedic training and licensure through St. Francis Hospital of Evanston. He will also be attending the Fire Academy sometime next year. In his free time, Michael enjoys time with family, especially his children, sailing, and diving. Unfortunately, the flu is running rampant throughout the area and running its course even through his house. So tonight, Michael is accompanied only by his mother, Deborah, but we're glad to have her here. We are happy to have him on board as one of ours and look forward to his many years with us. I want to congratulate Michael. Tonight, Michael has selected his mother. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to call up firefighter paramedic John McFarland with his large entourage. John was recently hired and is currently assigned to our black shift. He began his fire service career back in 2015, having served with the Hebron Fire Protection District and most recently with Harvard Fire and Rescue. John is an emergency medical technician and recently attended and completed paramedic training through Mercy Rockford Hospital and is awaiting those test results. He is recognized by the Illinois State Fire Marshal's Office, holding numerous certifications, including but certainly not limited to Firefighter 2, Fire Apparatus Engineer, Vehicle and Machinery Operations, and Hazardous Materials Ops. John possesses several other medical certifications, including Basic Life Support, CPR, Advanced Cardiovascular Life Support, and Pediatric Advanced Life Support. In his free time, John enjoys spending quality time with his wife and family, is an avid video gamer, and enjoys working out. John is accompanied tonight by his wife Stephanie, stepmom Laura, father David, stepsister Gianna, mother-in-law Cindy, and brother-in-law Charlie. We're happy to also have him on board and look forward to his many years serving with the Lincolnwood Fire Department. Congratulations. Tonight, John has selected his wife Stephanie for his badge pinning honor. Thank you, Mayor and Board.
Chief, thank you very much. I really appreciate that you started this tradition to welcome new fire department personnel to the community and for us to get a chance to know them. There's no obligation for them to spend 42 years, but want them to know that they're going to want to stay here. So, yes, we hope so too.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Okay, moving on, I have another proclamation to be read. It's a proclamation regarding the holiday of Diwali. Thank you, sir. Whereas Diwali, a festival of great significance, celebrated annually by millions of Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, and Buddhists throughout the United States and across the globe. And whereas the Hindu, Sikh, Jain, and Buddhist communities, which are comprised of mostly Indian and South Asian Americans, as well as other diverse races and ethnicities, constitute a vital part of the village's diverse ethnic and social fabric, and whose languages, cultures, and religious beliefs have enriched our communities. And whereas the word Diwali is a shortened version of the Sanskrit term Deepavali, which means a row of lamps. And Diwali is a festival of lights during which celebrants light small oil lamps, place them around the home, and pray for knowledge, peace, and universal well-being. And the rows of lamps symbolize the light of knowledge and truth within the individual that signifies the destruction of all negative qualities: violence, anger, jealousy, ignorance, greed, fear, and suffering. In other words, Diwali celebrates the victory of good over evil. Diwali is celebrated by Hindus as a day of thanksgiving for the homecoming of Lord Rama and the beginning of the new year for many Hindus. And for Sikhs, Diwali is celebrated as the day that the sixth founding Sikh guru, revered teacher Guru Hargobind, was released from captivity by the Mughal Emperor Jahangir. And whereas for Jains, Diwali marks the anniversary of the attainment of moksha, or liberation by Hamapura, the last of the Tiraka. I knew my pronunciations would get me. The great teachers of Jain Dharma, at the end of his life in 527 BC. And finally, for Buddhists, especially newer Buddhists, Diwali is commemorated as Ashoka Vidishyam, the day great Emperor Ashoka embraced Buddhism as his faith. And whereas on behalf of the village, it is with great pride that I recognize the contributions of all Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, and Buddhists active in all aspects of our vibrant economy and civic society. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Village of Lincolnwood Board of Trustees do hereby proclaim November 12th, 2023, which is the day of global observance of Diwali for the Hindu lunar calendar, as Diwali Awareness Day in the Village of Lincolnwood, dated this 7th day of November, 2023. At this time, I would like to ask Ravi Narumanchi to come forward to accept a copy of the proclamation and say a few words at the podium. Sorry, I have your name.
No worries. Good evening and namaste. Happy Diwali to everybody. On behalf of Hindu American Foundation, in short, HAF, I sincerely appreciate Mayor Patel, Lincolnwood Board of Trustees, executive staff members, and our Hindu American community. I'm really grateful to receive the Diwali proclamation. HAF will always be based on our guiding principles and will always work in a manner that is rooted in Hindu values. That is, to be truthful, we pride ourselves in offering programming and information with accuracy and integrity. Ahimsa, be kind. We aspire to work and communicate fairly, constructively, and respectfully. Viveka, be wise. We approach our work with intelligence, discernment, and reflection. Srijanata, be innovative. We aspire to keep our work and approach creative, innovative, and agile. Sahakaritva, be collaborative. We seek out partnerships with individuals and individuals on a foundation of mutual respect to forward our shared values and goals. Nirmamatva, be selfless. We value and respect each other and keep our focus on serving a greater good. Utsav, be passionate. We are passionate about Hindu Dharma and our work. Thank you everyone for your kind support. This Diwali may bring the lamp of love, lamp of compassion to serve others, the lamp of knowledge to remove the darkness of ignorance, the lamp of gratitude for the abundance that the divine has bestowed upon us. Thank you everyone. And then I take this opportunity to recognize a few of my fellows, Acharya Rohit Joshi, Bhailal Patel, Tushar Chotalia, Babubhai Patel, Pramod Joshi, J.K. Trivedi, Dr. Rashmi Patel, and not with the least, my wife, Neena Nagamanchi, for her unfinished list of poetry. Thank you all.
I do have a second copy of the proclamation if you'd like to take it as well. You can take this one. Thank you, everyone. Next on my report, we have the artist spotlight for November-December. The featured artist is Raya Dukan. Raya is an intuitive artist who explores what is inside through art. Her ideas and thoughts bubble up and are released in textural, organic shapes and colors. She works with photography, texture building materials, color and movement to express what can't easily be translated into words. Raya's art inspiration comes from her travels, the people she meets, and the experience